Welcome, Sonja. It's really lovely to sit with you this morning. We're here, of course, to talk about the advanced diploma, your journey with it, and how it's impacted your life. So, welcome.
Thank you, Kim. Yeah, it's good to be here. I did the advanced diploma 10 years ago, and it's still with me, very much so. The journey, being part of a group,
Mm,
part of a community, and being held whilst doing a quite intense training, a depth training,
mm,
which yeah, really changed me. I think the cliche is, it takes you part as a counsellor and puts you back together as a psychotherapist. But there's a truth to that, that
mm.
it just helped me to turn up as me in the room with my clients.
Gosh, that's quite a big statement. Yeah.
Yeah, it as I say it, it's hard to explain what that means actually, because it's an experience.
Mm,
The experience
mm,
of being present in myself in the room with my clients. That doesn't mean I haven't left all the sort of learnings behind, but they're all there in sort of part of me, part of my experience. Um,
mm.
and I think put that down to good quality training, being held and supported by the trainers and the group.
Mm. And you said that it was a depth training. What do you mean by that? Because those are kind of words that we bandy around a bit. What does it mean?
Oh, it's a really good question. It's interesting. I was talking about this the other day. There's a tendency to think about depth. Well, I suppose I believe depth was just about going down deeper into myself, and that's part of it. But in the going down deeper, there's an expansion, and it's about embodiment for me. It's about depth for me is about getting out of my head, about being more fully in my body and about all the channels of information that are available to me. I mean, and that's impacted my life, not simply being in the room with clients, that I can make choices about uh, how to respond based on what's coming into me.
Mm, mm. Thank you. That is rich. It's quite a lovely description, and
Mm.
and it makes sense of something that feels so ineffable because we talk about depth.
Yeah, it is hard to give language to the experience.
Yeah.
That's the experience, I guess, on some level, part of the experience I hope to give my clients in some way. Um,
Of course.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Did anything surprise you when you were doing the course?
Um, I think I surprised myself. I was surprised at uh, how much I could expand into myself. I was surprised at the depth of knowledge that was already there, available to me,
Mm, mm,
that was mine and more than mine. And opening up to that was so exciting. I mean, particularly the research project. Uh, yeah, that really surprised me, and it still stays with me, and it's still it's with me. It's part of my experience now. Um,
yeah.
uh,
Yeah. So the research project, can you tell us a little bit more about the highlights of it and what was difficult because it's
let's start with what was difficult. Let's get that done. It's a long piece of work. It requires a lot of you. It required a lot of me. Um,
mm,
uh, and took me on a long journey into myself, into the research, into the experience of others. Um, as you know, Kim, my research was about suicide.
mm,
And so it wasn't an easy journey, and yet it was
Mhm.
incredibly profound. And I guess just sitting here now, the thing that's forefront for me is getting into that non-dual place, the non-binary, where there's the rights and wrongs seem to sort of drop away, because it requires you to really uh, critically evaluate your own thinking, as well as, the thinking that you're researching, the theories and the ideas from others.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, you have the privilege of interviewing others
Mhm.
who have got experiences, usually more than you, um,
Mhm.
who are helping you on this journey. And
Mhm.
yeah, it was profound. And of course, I'm slightly biased because I've been part of research world prior to becoming a counsellor psychotherapist. So just to not give a nod to that bias.
And of course that bias has held you in good stead because you're currently co-lead with Andrew Shorrock and the research team. Can you say a little bit more about maybe what you do on the advanced diploma and why it continues to excite you? Because I know when we speak, I'm often left feeling quite re-enthused again about research and possibility.
Well, it's good to know that my enthusiasm generates other people's enthusiasm. I mean, um, what do I do? So I teach research skills. It sounds dreadfully boring, and
Mhm.
and I think many people come in, not all, but some people come into the advanced diploma because they want to do some research,
Yes.
and many come in feeling like research is a bit of an add-on. Why are we doing this kind of thing? And I think that's true for much of the profession, actually. But I have a
Yeah.
belief that that everyone has the potential to be a researcher. We're all researching all the time.
Yes.
So I suppose that's the piece that I like to get across more than anything. Yes, there's some terms and ideas and theories that I hope to
Yeah.
explore with the students. But more than that, it's to recognise you're already doing it, and
And I
how as practitioners we're really well positioned already as therapists to do the research.
Yeah, nice. And I reckon this interview is really about finding out more about what the advanced diploma is like,
Yeah,
and you who are such an important part of the team, how your whole journey has brought you into a place where you are now supporting others.
yeah. And I mean, going back to the beginning of my well, MA as it was then, but the advanced diploma, I'd never have imagined I'd be part of the team. I suppose I didn't think about that, but also I think if somebody had asked me, I'd have thought, no, I don't think so. And yet it's the growth in me is it's yeah, it's just and that's part of being a community and feeling supported by others, then supporting others in turn. That again another cliche, but the whole is bigger than the parts. It really is true for me. Work that I do.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for the work you do. You bring to everything that you do. You bring a rigor and a very grounded, practical approach. So thank you. Your dissertation was on suicide, and of course, we've got a new module that is being taught at the trust. So we've changed some bits around so that RD, relational dynamics, is now part of the first and second year of the diploma.
That's right.
And we also gained a little bit of space, and so we're able to put in a module we've been wanting to put in for ages. Can you tell us more about the title of it and what it is and why you?
Yeah, so without going off at a tangent, I worked in a hospice for several years, and death and dying has been part of, and suicide has been part of me forever, I think, forever, for as long as I can remember. So I'm very passionate about grief work, end of life. It's, done a doula training. So it's really exciting for me to be part of that training at the trust now. And of course doing research on suicide and and the and the invitation in that research to go into the depths of my grief, I guess,
Mm,
to, is part of that too. So I feel very passionate about that training, the new
mm,
training. I'm really, really feel privileged to be doing it. I hope the students will have an experience and a learning journey on during that day, where they have more of an understanding of what it might, and some of them will already have that, of course, but from a counsellor perspective, they'll have more of an understanding what it's like to sit alongside someone in that place.
mm, mm.
It,
It's
it,
wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, when you were putting together the seminar, what felt most important for you to include?
Um, the most important element that threads through, I hope, is the impact on us, and what we do with that impact,
Yeah,
how we look
yeah.
after ourselves, how we explore with our clients what's happening. Sorry, and full embodiment. And by embodiment, I mean more than the body, everything that makes up us who we are as humans. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to the first module being done, and it will be in just under a year, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, so feels like an exciting and module that's been missed. So yeah, it's great. Um, uh, the topics that you teach, can you share a little bit more about how the first weekend really supports the flow of the advanced diploma?
Yeah, so I teach the first weekend with Angie Fee.
Mm,
And the first weekend is the introduction to the course. I mean, it's it's really key weekend, and it's basically about beginning to explore your philosophy of practice. Um,
so important.
so important. Uh, and that, exploring who you are as practitioners, where you come from, what your identities are, your identifications, what's happening in the moment.
Mm,
So it's very experiential weekend. We don't get caught up in the philosophy, so to speak. We really
mm,
explore who we are and what made us who we are to get into a sort of more of an understanding how that impacts the work we do and how we turn up. So, our positionality is a term that comes from research about, what what is it about us that influences this, what we're doing, um, and our identifications, and also intersectionality too. So those
yeah.
three elements which we could separate out theoretically, but are interweaved within us, are a big part of that weekend, and open up an exploration for the students to explore their philosophy of practice and who they are as practitioners.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. I guess we've got a short amount of time, so really appreciate it. I'd just like to speak about some of the things that we're doing to really celebrate the research that is being done by our students, because as we can see, it's impactful. It really does add to the body of knowledge. So you'll have seen over the last couple of years, we've had Jeremy Calzell do a couple of workshops and evening talks on erotic transference so that's from his dissertation. We've also published a couple of the research findings, which is exciting and new for us to do, and feels like it's something we should always have done.
Yes.
And the other thing that we're doing is we're starting to look at different ways we can support people to share their knowledge. So at the World Cafe event, we've got a couple of people, both graduates as well as current students.
Yeah, that's exciting, right? To have people who are, halfway through the training and coming to the World Cafe to present their research, and also what they'll be doing will be influencing their research. And also for me, I'm talking about suicide at the World Cafe. It was part of my research. It's an ongoing project. Our research never finishes. Because it's within us. So every conversation, we're inviting that continuing conversation. So
so that's the Socratic opportunity, isn't it? For everyone to deepen their understanding and really understand what they already know and bring to the conversation.
That's right. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to the World Cafe, actually.
Yes, it's in a couple of days' time. Me too. I'm really, really interested, because there's a couple of different tables that open up possibilities for us beyond the World Cafe. And certainly the timing of this with this new module at the Trust feels exciting, like the learning will of course be changed for people, because as you encounter people's views and thoughts and understanding, so it's lovely. So that's one of the ways, I'm hoping that the World Cafe becomes part of a series of events that we do annually. And that is up to it's totally decided by the people attending. So that's one way. And also to expand the opportunity of running CPD events. So last year, Rebecca Darcy did a workshop at the World Cafe, and it was really well received. And so she did a workshop following that. And the same is true for Calvin, who held a table last year on sexualities and genders. And I think in September, October, he'll be doing a day's presentation. So looking at ways to harvest this knowledge and support the researchers, the advanced diploma students, to share more widely.
Lovely. Exciting. It's exciting to be part of it.
So thank you for what you do with us, and what we've spoken about is only a small part of what you bring to the Trust, but love having your presence. Thank you, Sonja.
Thank you, Kim. Thanks. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.